It is important to make time for your health now. Because if you don't make time for your health now, you're going to have to make time for diseases and illnesses later. I'm going to show you how to avoid 99.99999% of every disease ever contracted. For some of you, this would be the very first time you've ever come across a simple, practical way to create perfect health in your life. This is the black and white truth on health. All it takes is the courage to be ourselves unapologetically. I am not a medical professional. I'm not a doctor in schooling or anything medical at all. I am a spiritual being having a human experience. And today, I'm going to utilize my human experience to show you the way to perfect health. Now, to help create perfect health, let's talk about this. Focus more on prevention of things, of all things, than researching and searching for cures. If you're in a state right now where you're in a natural state and you're feeling pretty complete in your body and you don't really have anything serious going on, but at the same time you want to be on top of everything, focus way more on prevention than anything else. Because in prevention, you can get yourself to a frequency where you never experience having to deal with the disease or the sickness at all. So when it comes to research and when it comes to embracing health, focus on prevention. So today, we're going to go over the 6 fundamentals to prevent any and virtually almost all diseases. There's 6 of them, and we're going to start with number 1. The first and number 1 fundamental is oxygen. Are you breathing? Are you truly breathing? Are you breathing, or are you going about your day and just have breathing as a byproduct? I'm talking about consciously breathing, breathing in deeply. Every cell in your entire body utilizes oxygen as a way to survive. It is the chemical compound involved in everything in your body. So a lot of people are not taking the time to breathe. And I mean breathe slow and deep. At any time, if you're ever experiencing anything emotional, if you're experiencing anything that's going out of whack, anything stressful, take the time to breathe slow. A technique you can use is breathing deep into your stomach. So breathing deep into your stomach and then exhaling out. And doing that for just a couple of minutes a day or as much as you can throughout the day will help keep your body fully oxygenized. Because when your body has plenty of oxygen in it, it can do the function that it needs to do. Another aspect of this is the quality of air. Have you taken the time to look at the AGI index of where you live? If you look at the quality of air where you live, you can start gravitating towards locations that has cleaner air, more natural environments. There's so many cities that have so much pollution in the air and we're breathing that. And that's just daily toxins. That's just daily poison happening to us. Seek out locations and areas in parks and natural habitats that has cleaner oxygen and cleaner air for you to breathe in daily. Think about this. Now, how long can you go without food? Okay, maybe a day, a couple of days, maybe. Okay. How long can you go without water? Okay, a little bit shorter. Now, how long can you go without air? The first thing that we're going to focus on as a foundational principle of creating perfect health for yourself is putting consciousness into the quality of the air you breathe and how much you take time to actually breathe and focus on your breath and making your breathing exercises as an integral part of your health. Oxygen, number 1. Number 2, hydration of the body. A lot of diseases that people are experiencing are just side effects of being dehydrated for too long. Whenever you eat food, your body utilizes a lot of water to help digest that food. And most of us don't take the time to replenish those liquids into our system. My dad would always say, he would always say two things. He'll always say, keep God first and drink plenty of water. Now, for the ideal human, maybe 1 to 2 quarts a day. I mean, it's really a balance of how do you feel in your body. And understand this, whenever you're feeling thirsty, that is the body's very, very, very last mechanism of telling you it needs water. It's like at the very bottom in terms of desires and needs. So feeling thirsty is a last resort, essentially. So always be on top of your hydration, always be on top of water. Seek out clean water. You know, there's waters with different pH levels. There's waters that you can put into copper, and the container that the water is in also affects the quality of the water. You see, if you have a plastic bottle that's left in heat too long with water, well, now your entire water could have little traces of plastic in there. So there's plenty of ways you can seek out through Google and other search engines of how to have clean water in your life. Prioritize water in your life. Drink it daily. Drink it abundantly, because your body is like a battery. And water is think of it as the purification of all of the cells in that battery that helps keep it clean, keep it energized, and keep the clean electrical circuit of your entire battery, your body, to work. Water, drink plenty of it. Watch that movie, The Water Boy. It's a very funny movie. Bobby Boucher. Number 3, exercise. Do you exercise on a regular basis? Exercise is what allows your muscles to pump blood throughout your entire body and keeps the whole river of your body flowing. As long as this river is flowing, you will definitely maintain a much more healthier state of being on a day-to-day basis. Think of rivers, okay? When you think of a river, whenever there's a body of water that's just very stagnant, it becomes a pond. You know, there's parasites in there. There's all of these filth. It smells bad, stagnant water, and it doesn't have much life. But think about the river that's constantly flowing. It tends to be cleaner water. It tends to be life in that water, fish swimming in there. Make your body a river by staying active, always exercising. I mean, 30 minutes a day could be sufficient. And when we say exercise, this doesn't mean you have to go and just, kill it at the gym every single time. This can be a simple walk. This can be a simple jog, but make a commitment that you'll have some type of exercise every single day in your life, because this daily exercise will help mitigate so many of the diseases and toxins that are out there. And it's a very, very simple thing to do. And it's also as important, start where you are. You don't have to look up the most extravagant program and go like all out every day. I always say this: consistency beats intensity. Consistency beats intensity. Do something consistent. And then as you're more consistent, you can increase your intensity with that consistency. But understand this: when you go at your pace, you go the fastest and you go the longest. It's okay to get in there every once in a while and give it all you got, but the next day, if you're feeling like being a little bit more lax, do your exercise, but still be a little bit more lax. Listen to your body. Your inner body knows everything that you need to implement in terms of your exercise on a daily basis. Listen to your body. It will guide you. Exercise. Number 4, reduction of stress in your life. There are so many illnesses that are strictly and almost primarily stress-related. Stress-related diseases. Eliminate stress. Understand this: it is completely possible, actually very probable, that people are going to gravitate towards a life that has zero stress. A zero stress life is actually the natural way of life. You ever see a tree stressing about things? You ever see a badger stressing about? You ever see a raccoon stressing? No. Everything in nature does not stress, because stress is a human construct. I understand that a lot of people have aspects of their lives that induces stress. This can be their job, this can be families, this can be relationships. Understand the principle that you don't have to ever experience stress. And when you understand that principle, communicate with those parties that you're experiencing stress and come up with a strategy that allows you to create a life where you never have to experience stress. Even if that's doing away with that job, even if it's doing away with the relationship that's ultimately not fulfilling you. Okay? Always choose the life that says, I never have to experience stress. Stress is not something that has to be there. It is an unnatural thing that I'm creating, that I'm choosing. A lot of people are living a stressful life, but they're not really living it. They're just choosing it every single day. You have the opportunity to choose a life that's not stress-free. And one way to really do this quickly is to think about what actions could I take by tomorrow that will create a little relief in my life? What actions will create relief? What conversations that can be had that will create relief? What things should I leave that will create relief? Anything that's geared towards relief is doing away with stress, which is very, very unnatural. Reduce stress, and the more you reduce stress, the more you can also choose happiness, your emotional health. Actually, let's have a conversation about this. I mean, on a foundational level, on a spiritual foundational level, every single disease, sickness, parasite, anything we have in our body at all that we experience in a negative way is 100% spiritually / emotionally based. Every single thing. Physical reality is 100% dependent on the inner spiritual reality underneath it all. So if there's imbalances in your physical health, there's imbalances in your spiritual health. So by choosing a life that is reducing stress and choosing a life that is creating joy, you'll actually very naturally gravitate towards all 6 of these aspects to create perfect health because your spiritual life underneath it all is in alignment. Number 5, detox. Detoxify your body. Whenever you eat foods and drink liquids that have sugars and other things that are unhealthy for you, it turns into toxins that lives in your body. There are so many different remedies and exercises that you can do to detoxify your body. One of them is juicing celery juice. You can look up a man named Medical Medium. He's really, really big on this. I myself have tried celery juice. It is very effective when it's done in a consistent way. When I say celery juice, nothing else with the celery juice. Just you take the juice, you buy a juicer, you juice a celery, you drink it. Drinking celery juice, I've seen results for at least a week can have amazing effects. This is one of the many ways to detox your body. However, what I'm saying is actively make a practice of at least quarterly, maybe even semi-annually, doing a detox of some sort of your body to rid yourself of those toxins. Almost all of us have toxins in our body that's been in our body for dozens of years. There's things in our body that's still there, maybe in our colon or in our liver, that's been there since we were a teenager or a fifth grader. Right? So actively detox these because these toxins that are in our body, they also hold emotional weight. So you may be going through a process of healing yourself and becoming the best version of yourself, but for some reason, you still get this random sadness out of nowhere. You get randomly upset. That can be because there's toxins in your body holding on to that old emotional baggage. And that old emotional baggage that's attached to those toxins, it will continue to be there until you flush those toxins out. So find a way to detox. Another way is also hydrotherapy. Colonic hydrotherapy is also a very effective way as well. Be an explorer with this, because once you find what works for you and you do it on a consistent basis, you'll notice literally purging out old energies, purging out your old self to allow you to be the most effectively healthy, loving, happy human being. Detox. It's Very important. And number 6, eat less and eat organic. A lot of us eat based on when our mind wants to eat food, not when our body wants to eat food. Listen to our body and allow that to tell us when it's time to eat and consume food. Because if you're eating based on when you think you should eat, you're going to find yourself kind of being stuck in terms of your weight and the way you look and all of that, because you're eating based on an idea, not based on reality. How many times you meet someone that's in a relationship and they're constantly focused on, it's going to get better in the future, it's going to look good, I promise you things will pick up, and they're married to an idea. Well, for a lot of people, their diets are based on an idea. I have to eat 3 times a day, 5 times a day. I have to eat this amount of times to be healthy. It's just an idea. You can reset, listen to your body, and your body will tell you when's the time to eat, and it'll also tell you when's the time to stop eating. It's not really good when the only thing faster than your car is your fork. Some people eat so fast, there's no time for the body to process that food. Eat slowly, get a healthy, nourishing meal, and then listen to your body on when it's time to stop eating. Eat organic. I want you, from this day forward, I want you to be extremely analytical and really intentional about what you put into your body. And what I mean by this is whenever you buy any type of food, any type of sauce, whatever it is, look at that ingredients. What are the ingredients that's on the back of the food? If there's anything that your mind doesn't really know, your body probably doesn't really know. If there's really an ingredient that looks like super weird, you don't know what it is, Google it, see what it is. Look up the ingredient and then look up effects of that ingredient and you'll see. This is a very true story. I've once thought about buying some French fries at a local fast food restaurant. I was having a moment, but then I was like, you know what? Let me see the ingredients that are in these French fries. I went, checked out the ingredients. One of the ingredients in these French fries was the same ingredient that's used in condoms. True story. Rubber latex, a compound of that are used in condoms was in these French fries. And I looked at it in complete disgust, like, oh my God, well, why would I eat this? Like, why would anyone eat this? And then I look, and there was a line that wrapped around the building for that food. It saddened me because a lot of people just simply don't know. They don't know what they're putting into their bodies. I want you to now become very aware, become a researcher. Look at the ingredients. What is this? Okay, I'm gonna Google it. What's the effects of this? And just by navigating these ingredients, you'll find yourself eating organically very, very soon and very, very easily. And mind you, is that you don't even have to compromise your taste. A lot of people, they're adverse against, good diets, good healthy diets, because they're afraid it's all gonna be nasty, it's all gonna be bland. No, you can eat good, very good, while also eating in an intentional, healthful way. Because a lot of people, they say, yeah, eating this junk food and everything, I enjoy this. This is fun. I argue this. Life in the body is fun. Do it in a way that fulfills life in the body so you can live as long as you can. And I promise you, this will create noticeable effects on your energy, on your weight, on your mood. What do you put into your body? Even every once in a while, you can even fast. Do away with food just for half a day. You can do a thing where you say, you know what? I'm not eating anytime after 7 and anytime before noon. If you do that for a couple of days, you're fasting. You're intermittent fasting, which is super effective in allowing your body to restore itself and its healing properties. There's tons of different fasts out there. There's tons of different things you can do. All I'm saying is start creating your own journey of how do you hit your healthy self, your empowered self, because you deserve to live a very, very long life. There are loved ones that are there, that are wanting you in their life, that are needing you, that are loving you so much. And you're nothing but a gift to give them and to give the planet. Prioritize that. Eat less, eat organic. 99.9999999% of all diseases, of all illnesses, of all sicknesses will be avoided by implementing these 6 foundations. These 6 foundations of healthy living will guarantee you a life that is drastically improved and better energy than not implementing any of them. Today, 50 is the new 30. And tomorrow, 60 will be the new 20. Aging is not something that happens with a passage of time. Aging is something that happens with the ignorance of health. Now, you're no longer ignorant. You're now aware. Take this and prioritize this, and you could be younger today than you were before. I want to see you thrive. I want to see you present in your life, happy, fulfilled, joyful. Actually, your golden years, your happy memories haven't really even started yet. You haven't even hit the golden age yet. Your prime is still ahead of you, and you're still headed there. And this is something that you get to create. Watch this video multiple times. Implement these 6 foundations. Be a researcher. Use search engines and look up all of these. Go deep into it. Write it down on a piece of paper. Make a paragraph. How am I going to be different about my health? How am I going to prioritize my health? Losing weight, losing any body fat or things of that nature is really just a lifestyle change. But this lifestyle change doesn't have to be rigorous or painful. It can be actually very fun. It can actually be way more enjoyable. There's so many great effects that you can create for yourself by prioritizing your health. You know, there's people out there that's dealing with sexual dysfunctions, erectile dysfunction, things of that nature. All of that usually is because of toxins, things that don't belong in the body. By simply implementing these 6 foundations and practicing them and working at them, you can, in a sense, age backwards, like I mentioned before, and perform in so many different ways in your life, whether it's exercise, whether it's sexual, whatever it is. You'll be surprised at yourself. You'll be amazed at yourself. Your youth is ahead of you. I love you so much. I promise you forever health. And this has been the Black and White Truth on Televida.